1, 1,
3,
And
2,
we're here.
1.
1, 1,
3,
1,
2, 1.
1, 1,
3, 2, 1. All right, let's start.
We're here.
Yes, we are here. Okay, everyone. So today is going to be a little bit different. Our podcast is just going to focus on a question that was sent to us. This might be a little bit shorter than usual, but still jam-packed with all that DEM is. And so this time, DeMarcus is going to read for us what the question is.
I am going to read the question. It's kind of long, so pay attention.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Oh, wait. This is Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is Eric talking right here.
This is DeMarcus, whatever.
All right,
Whatever.
there we go.
All right, so this
question.
is DeMarcus speaking. All right, hello, Dim. My name is blank. That's not his real name. I'm just not going to tell y'all. My name is blank. I'm a 25-year-old guy from the Midwest in need of some advice. I've been with my 23-year-old boyfriend for a little over 6 months now. However, he's very innocent. By innocent, I mean before I met him, he'd never been kissed, and he's currently a virgin. I'm not a virgin, and sometimes I feel bad because he is, and I'm not. Sorry. Not once has any conversation of sex been brought up until a few days ago. While talking about taking the next step, he told me that he wanted me to take his virginity. I can't lie. I was shocked at first, but after an hour or so of thinking it through, I realized how absolutely precious this was and what a beautiful opportunity it was to share with him. You only lose it once. Problem is, I'm scared to take it from him. He was brought up by a proper Christian family, very respectable people, and is just the perfect guy altogether. In a way, I'm scared to be his first. Also, in the past, I've avoided the topic because I didn't want to make him uncomfortable. And whenever I initiated anything more physically than usual, he immediately backed off and blushed. At first, I thought it was him being nervous, but now I'm starting to think it's something a bit deeper. I'm white and he's black. I've always topped in my past relationships. I'm unfamiliar with black gay culture, so I don't know if me topping him plays a part in his discomfort. I know that there are unspoken rules, quote unquote unspoken rules, pertaining to race and the roles in gay sex that are reinforced by pornography. Sorry. It would break my heart if after we had sex, he never looked at me the same way again. I have strong feelings for this guy, and I would never want to hurt him. I know that the first time isn't the most enjoyable, specifically for bottoms. I couldn't bear to see him in any pain. Everything about him is just so innocent. When I look into his eyes, I get this feeling like this is the guy I'm going to spend my life with. I enjoy his company, and I wouldn't mind waiting a little, but after 6 months, I'm starting to feel anxious. Any advice to ease the nervousness? I don't even know how to make the first move on him anymore, and I know he won't. Thanks in advance for the advice, blank.
I'm just up here.
Well.
That was a lot.
Yo, this is my first time reading the question, so
That's fine. It's fine.
Lord, where do we start, Eric? I'll let you start.
There's a lot. Well, one thing I think that he kind of hit an important point, and that's in regards to how I do think that gay men in general, there's a hierarchy of masculinity within gaydom, but I do think that hierarchy. I do think that the tiers of that hierarchy are more exaggerated and more distinct in black gay culture because black men, they even go so far, a lot of black men feel like they're not gay at all as long as they've never bottomed. Yeah. That's why a lot of studies and polls get so skewed because a lot of black men feel like as long as if another man is sucking my dick, if another man is taking me, then or taking my, whatever, then I'm not gay. I'm not the gay one. I'm not the one being topped. Right. And it's that kind of foolishness is a part of our culture, but at the same time, I know a lot of black guys that only like white guys.
That's true too.
I do too.
And vice versa. And a lot of white guys that only like black guys. So if you guys are as close as you are, I don't think that would be the problem. I think it's more his Christianity than you being white.
I agree with that.
Because if you guys are that close already, then you wouldn't even have gotten this far if the race was really an issue. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if either of them, he sounds like he might be out, but is the boyfriend out or not?
That's
The
a very
younger
good
one?
question.
Yeah, the
The
younger
virgin?
one, the virgin. Is he?
sounds
My
like he's probably
guess
not.
is that he's probably not. But I mean, we're speculating.
I would say I would have a very blunt conversation with.
That's gonna be my first.
If you
thing.
like, hey, if we do this, I don't want you to resent me for. Like, I know a guy who every time he had sex with his boyfriend would cry afterward, like tears of Jesus, please don't forsake
Repentance.
me.
Yeah.
Tears. Yeah, like I can't believe I just did that. I'm so mad. I enjoyed it, and he found it very pleasurable, from what I'm told. You know, to let my friend tell it that his boyfriend found it very pleasurable because he would climax every time, but every time when it was over, as soon as that moment passed, he was crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you keep having sex if you knew he's gonna break down
Yeah,
crying
exactly,
every time?
yeah.
I wouldn't even be able to do that. But
yeah.
I would have a talk, like a very serious talk about where he's at mentally.
Yeah, I mean that's my advice as well, and I know that's been a common theme from many of the questions that we get. Is that talk to your boyfriend or talk to your significant other and see where their mind is at, see where their emotions are at, and be extremely transparent with your concerns. You know, you mentioned, I was trying to kind of jot down a couple of things on my phone when DeMarcus was reading the question, but you mentioned the whole race thing, you mentioned the whole Christianity thing, and let him know that your concern is that while you do, I guess, love him, I don't know if you use that term, but you're very much into him, you're very much emotionally invested in him, that you don't want to experience something what we could say is sacred or something very, very meaningful, and then for some reason that causes you to then diverge and break apart. And so I think that he would respect that. Like Eric said, if you're that close, hopefully he will honor your transparency and your vulnerability, and he will use that as an opportunity to share how he feels as well, and then you guys can take it from there.
Let me just ask this, and you don't have to tell me like what position or whatever, but whether it was with a man or woman or whatever, your first time having sex, was it amazing? Was it like beautiful and everything you dreamed it would be?
Nope.
No.
It was not.
I'm gonna say no.
Mine was not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
mine either.
That's all I got to say.
It wasn't like,
although it was with my dream person,
okay,
which was great, which I think did help, but it was not glamorous at all. Like it just wasn't.
I thought mine would be a lot more like a movie, but I was like,
right. That's what I was thinking.
I was really young though. I was a teenager, so there's a lot I didn't know.
Yeah, I was
about
18,
stuff.
and
well, she was a virgin too.
When I
Yeah,
when I think about sex, I
Yeah.
think about the first guy I ever had sex with.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize we were doing that.
Oh, I
Alright.
wasn't.
I mean,
actually,
that's
but-
just yeah, that's
Okay.
just me.
yeah.
Cool.
Because the other one I didn't feel like. Never mind.
The first guy that
Doesn't count.
That
Nah.
wasn't that amazing either. Not
Yeah.
the first. I think you're still trying to figure stuff out. And I think with guys, at the risk of overshare, is the logistics of it are a little more convoluted. Like there's more involved
Yeah.
with two guys, in a way than it is with the guy and a woman.
Speaking
having-
of which, if
oh.
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say having sex with a girl was probably. It wasn't a very good experience.
I just feel like it's easier logistically. A lot of
Yeah.
times.
I mean, that's
well,
true,
for
that's
at
true.
least for at least one of you, it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it just
Yeah.
wasn't good.
Yeah.
No, it just wasn't good.
No, I feel you.
What are you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It kind of goes in the same line of what we're talking about. But if his boyfriend or his... Did he say boyfriend?
He said boyfriend, yeah.
Okay. If his boyfriend is the bottom in this scenario and his concern is about him enjoying it or not, then again, just to kind of go back, I really emphasize that transparent talk. Because when it comes to the body and
Yeah.
receiving
Yes.
and giving and all of that, there has to be trust. There has to be an emotional comfort where there's a connection that will allow you to fit in a good way, in a sense.
And you know, honestly, not to take it to a whole nother tangent, but
Yeah.
he mentioned pornography. I think a lot of black men, in particular black gay men, don't know how to have sex. I think
Yeah.
that having porn
Yeah.
is one of the few. I mean, most young black men, for one, if you even know your father, is your father really going to break down how man on man sex works? You know,
Right.
And I think a lot of times as a result, a lot of young black gay men are left to use porn as their sole resource.
Right, and
for
if that's
how
the
sex is
case,
supposed
oh
to
my
go.
God.
And it is a horrible guy.
Yeah.
It is.
But you basically watching in many cases a dude's being just raped and rammed up into with no kind of sensuality.
Right,
In
exactly.
a very one-sided kind
No
of
type of
sex.
intimacy.
Where only the top is benefiting and the bottom looks like he's just kind of cringing and enduring it
Taking
until
the
it's
pain.
over.
Yeah.
And even though I think modern, you're starting to see a lot more flip-flopping type stuff happening.
Yeah.
In modern,
No, you're right.
yeah, you know,
you're right.
Since I'm the expert on it, apparently. But,
But no, where my mind went when he mentioned the pornography thing is, I knew someone in college. He was a black guy, and he said that he would never, ever let a white man top him because he was just not willing to be in that submission. And so I don't know if
but there's
this
a fetish for some black guys who do.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
So I wasn't sure what his concern was in terms of the whole pornography connection and race thing. Was he trying to go in that same direction, or does he just mean from pornography what you mentioned about how aggressive it can be and there's no intimacy and all of that? But if that's the case, yeah, again,
It's funny.
you
I've
need to
never
talk
actually
to him.
dated a white. I've dated white women in my youth. I've never dated a white man before.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how I would feel about any of that. I feel like I don't want to say anything that could be.
No, I understand.
But yeah, I don't. I think that for me, there's a cultural. I understand what this guy's saying. There is there's like a deep rooted kind of like, no, not you.
Right.
Like,
No. Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You'd have to be, but again, everybody's different. If I met somebody who was that special, you know, and I'm the kind of person where I think that, like you said before, a lot of black men, their issue with somebody topping them is not your race, but rather what it means for them in their manhood.
Exactly.
What they're giving up. And
Don't
combine
emasculate
that
them.
with the Christian part. It could be emasculating depending on what your mindset is and who you're with.
Exactly.
But I think that if you don't make him feel like less of a man for it, then he won't.
Yeah.
And if you talk, but also if you talk to him in advance, make sure that he won't make himself feel like less of a man. For it.
Right.
So.
You're definitely going to have that conversation. And when I'll talk to him, I know you didn't go into detail about it, and I think our speculation is that it might be the whole religion thing. But he said that now I'm
It's very
speaking to you.
strong in black culture.
Yeah, you said that when you have initiated before, when you guys used to kiss before, something like that, that he would kind of shy away. You thought that he was just shy, but you think it's something deeper. That needs to be discussed. What is it that you think is deeper? And then see what's going on in that direction.
Push
as well.
for the uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah.
It'll make for a more vulnerable. You got to let yourselves be vulnerable.
You have to.
And expose. Trust your intuition.
Right.
Tell him flat out what you think. One thing I've noticed that some people from certain cultures encourage more of a passive aggressive kind of attitude.
Yes.
Don't do
and
that.
they want to
Don't.
imply the fuck out of things
No,
and suggest the fuck out of things.
Yeah.
And have you kind of infer, like just flat out say what you think it is.
Exactly.
Not in an accusatory manner, but say like, hey, I suspect that it might be
XYZ?
exactly, but am I wrong? And if so, tell me. Or, you know,
Or let me know what's going on.
yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah. Am I close? Am I way off? Like, tell me what it really is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you don't get clarity, you should not press forward.
Right.
I agree.
And
Pun intended.
yeah, exactly. That is yes, exactly. Did he say that the boyfriend, the younger one, is the one who asked him to take his virginity?
Yeah.
Okay. Because at first he said that he used to shy away, but now he wants to have
Now he's
sex.
ready.
Yeah.
But I still think that you're right. I get the feeling that your intuition is telling you that he may not be as ready as he
Right.
thinks he
So
is.
discuss
Right.
it.
And
yeah.
follow that because
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
regret things all the time.
Absolutely.
They
So
do.
he might think he's ready. He might really love you, but the power of that religious guilt and that indoctrination and that brainwashing is strong.
Yes.
You want to make sure that he's not going to hate you afterwards or hold it against you afterwards.
Exactly.
So
I need to discuss that first.
and like Michael, if you're not mentally, whether you're on either side, your brain has to be in it for the big head has to be into it for the little head to follow.
It
Yes,
sure
that's
does.
very true. And yeah, if you find out you're not ready, just wait a little while longer.
Wait a little longer.
Let's wait a while.
Just a little while longer.
Pray
on.
Just a little while longer.
Sing it again.
All right. Okay.
You know it has to come.
So
You know it
we
has
want to
come
thank
that way.
you all. No, but- So that's our advice. Hopefully that was beneficial to you.
Yeah, I hope so.
And to anyone else who's listening who could be in a similar predicament. So,
Wow.
so I guess that's it for this week, guys.
That is.
But also, the reason why it's a little bit shorter, we have a surprise for you all.
drum roll, please.
Drum roll. So once this
weird.
once this video ends, please go onto our page or back to the main frame of our page, whatever, and click on our new video release, and it is called.
We thought you were gonna say.
I know, right? Yeah, DEM covers never too much, and
Blam.
so we did a video version of this. Luther Vandross, what can we say about Luther Vandross? His voice is so silky smooth.
And I love the video concept that DeMarcus came up with. You kind of get to get a feel for what it would like for what it would be like to be on a date with each member
of us.
DEM.
Each of us.
Yes.
So we
Three
feel
first
that.
dates.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we feel that it was a fun shoot. It was a really fun
very
shoot.
fun.
Yeah,
And
well, it was
hopefully you
very
guys
fun.
love it.
Yes.
So go ahead and check it out, like
Go on a
it,
date with
comment,
us.
share it, and find what it's like to date
and subscribe
them.
if you're not already.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
I like that already.
If you're not already,
You were gonna let me stop.
Yeah.
go on a date with them.
Yeah, come on a date with us.
Totally.
See
You
what
should
it's
totes
like.
Go on a date with me.
You might like it.
You will like it.
You might not.
You'll like it.
You'll
But
like
you
it.
will.
You'll like it.
I think you like it.
You gonna like it.
You gonna like it.
Oh, you gonna love
You
it.
gonna like it. You gonna like it. Or you gonna act like you like it. You gonna take it.
All right, we're out of here, y'all.
Oh, my.
So we're signing off. Go ahead, check out the video. Let us know what you think. We'll see y'all next week.
Holla, y'all.
Peace.